PBA is back, and on this episode, we will talk about Roger Pogoy's 45-point explosion on the PBA Philippine Cup's reopening debut. After Pogoy went scoreless on the first quarter, he started to catch fire on the second and ended the game with 10 threes on 17 attempts while shooting at 58% from the field. At the start of the second quarter, Pogoy evolved as a different beast on the court. Let's start on this brilliant play with Poy Aram on the low post face-up. Notice Troy Rosario's left elbow screen that was set up for the cutting Castro. With Pogoy misfiring on the first quarter, Alaska defense clamped down on the paint and focused on the Tropang Giga cutters. As Simon Enciso tries to position himself on the right corner, notice JC Marcelino here calling Jesper Ayay close his defense on Pogoy. But with Castro cutting strong to the basket and Alaska bigs unable to communicate, Ayay has to pick his poison and help on the cutting Castro, leaving Pogoy wide open. You can't blame him though, as that cut could be an automatic 2-point or free throws for the Blur. JP Aram, given his height, is a perfect anchor for this play. Here, he made a perfect read and threw an excellent pass to Pogoy soon as the window opened. And there is nothing Alaska could do at this point but pray as Pogoy swished his first 3-pointer of the night. Rewinding this play, this could have been defended if Manuel and Andrada switched on the Castro cut. This way, Ayay could have stayed put on his man. However, I would like to commend what Troy Rosario did on this play. As soon as he noticed that Alaska's defense did not switch, he slid back to the 3-point line. Andrade, knowing well Rosario's arsenal, he would try to extend his defense but ended up setting a screen for Castro on the process. We continue to look over at other Pogoy's spot-up shots for this game. On this play, De Leon initiates a dribble handoff to Castro and quickly sets up a screen. At this point, Castro has two options. He can drive left or go right and use the De Leon screen and end up with an isolation mismatch with Iboña. But realizing the defense of Casio stopping after going through De Leon's brush screen, Castro blows by Casio, commences a strong drive to the basket. Notice the gravity that Castro brings for the TNT. All 5 Alaska defenders collapsing on the Castro drive. This kind of play is what makes Gilas' dribble drive so potent on the international stage. As Pogoy catches the ball, looking at the smile on his face, you know it's over before the ball even touches the net. Now, rewinding the video, with the right corner covered by Ayay, notice how Pogoy moved without the ball and shifted to his left, making himself available for the pass when Castro drives to the basket. Next up is the second chance play on early goings of the fourth quarter. This is just one of the plays on this game where Alaska looks lost on defense. This time, it is JV Casio and Jeron Teng. After Teng has to point to Casio where Jason is on the court, this caused him losing his own man by turning his back on Pogoy. Without even the camera catching the action, we all know what Pogoy will do. Quickly changes his position, again away from the corner, receives the pass, and splash. Those were the spot-up shots. Now we go back to the game. Second quarter, Alaska still leading by 11. After a Casio failed spin, he has his dribble a little wide, but just enough for Pogoy's swipe from the back, turning defense into offense. TNT starting to close in, 41-45. Here's a Pogoy blow-by of K-Rax. With all eyes now on Pogoy, he could have also made this little dump pass to Enciso. Now, this shot is just a heat check for Roger Pogoy. TNT up by 1, 46-45. Poy Aram again anchoring the offense from the left elbow extended. I love what Semerad did here, luring Manuel to the middle. As soon as Manuel took the bait of Semerad, there goes that familiar Aram bullet look away pass as Casio looks lost again, scrambling for defense. Midway through the third quarter, you just have to love Roger Pogoy's motor. Playing for a total of 41 minutes on this game, still running like a Mustang on this fast break. This time, Jeron Teng is caught again, turning his back on Pogoy. Roger does not tolerate the disrespect and cuts viciously for another floater. We now come to the fourth quarter. With Manuel well aware of Pogoy's quickness, Pogoy uses this space to his advantage. And just look at that separation made by Pogoy's step back. This is just way too wide. Now let's check one of Pogoy's 3 dimes for this game. It starts with a pick and roll with Harvey Carey. Then Manuel switches. Carey was left wide open. Pocket pass and Uncle Harvey takes care of the business. Now on this play, Pogoy uses a deadly first step that left Robbie Herndon crying for help as Pogoy uses 69th of James Yap's million moves. Let's review what happened here. It started with an inciso handoff which also served as a screen, and as the defense switched on overplaying Herndon, Pogoy unleashes a vicious curl leaving both Robbie and JV. I love JV. Respect to the OG Gilas point guard. But I just have no idea here why he has to defend Castro up to the 3-point line extended. Pogoy is just unstoppable at this point in the game. We know Alaska did everything they could at this play. RR Pogoy is just simply unconscious. Looking at Herndon's face, here we go again. Pogoy was quick to acknowledge the speed mismatch as he rips through the flailing arms of Herndon. He steps back, splash! With this epic performance from RR Pogoy and Jason Castro's clutch shots, the Tropang Giga will get their first win of the conference. Thank you guys for watching. If you like to see more of contents like this, please consider subscribing to this channel.